Abram, you had to like the game plan. You and Treston were like at the center of it. What's that like for a running back?
I think it's really good, actually, for us to be feeding off one another, just going out there and showcasing pretty much what kind of statement we wanted to make in the run game. In the past, the run game wasn't really that strong. So for us to go out there and do what we did, as a running back, I'm really pleased with how we performed.
How different is this for you compared to last year?
Extremely different, of course. I mean, I'm on the other side of the ball, so just I guess a different game speed now, a lot different from defense where you're kind of just sitting back and reading, and it's kind of like now you're having to make it happen. Read, boom, make it happen. So I think game speed now for me is a lot faster for sure.
Was there a specific game plan in terms of trying to divide up the carries like that? I mean, you almost wound up with the same stats.
It's crazy. It was almost identical, but no, we kind of just went out there and we just attacked it. Whoever was able to get the ball in their hand, we just both went out there and played to our best of our abilities.
How did you feel like the wide zone worked? I mean, it looked like y'all were finding the holes, that kind of thing.
Oh, I absolutely love the wide zone. I mean, you get that going, you start stretching defenses out, and those long drives of just pounding the rock. I mean, eventually the defense is going to get tired, and you're going to pop a big one, like in which there was a couple of times we did.
How much have you seen this O-line grow since even the spring?
Oh, they've grown a bunch. I mean, in terms of physicality, it's night and day. You can see it. We come out in practice. You can just see them just moving bodies. I mean, I'm like talking huge bodies. They're just moving them. So in terms of like physicality, yeah, night and day.
Was it the spring, or when was it when you knew you were going to be full-time offense?
I want to say towards the end of spring there, whenever I started getting the reps at running back, I knew the first couple of days in which I went back there, the reps just started increasing, and then it finally just came down to where, we just met up, and I met with Coach Grimes and Coach Juice, and we just made that decision.
When you had the early fumble, were there guys that came up and kind of had your back, and how did you kind of wipe that away?
I mean, it's what's next, I had a lot of guys, especially Treston himself, first one up to me. Just told me to wipe it off, and then, it was Gary. And then, of course, Coach Grimes even came up to me and said, hey, next play. And then I think what really got me the most was that, I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, first carry, fumble, and Coach Juice comes up to me. He's like, hey, you're going in next. So it's not like, go ahead and just throw that all in the past, because you're not carrying that out there on the field with you.
What's it that you guys are looking to address coming out of this game?
I think right now we're just trying to get that balance. Definitely looking more into seeing what we can do more with wide zone and mid zone, and then, of course, seeing what we can do better in the pass game. We just started nicking and picking at little details and little things, so that way we can just improve and master our craft.
What did it mean to you when you had that response from your teammates and coaches after that fumble?
Oh, it meant everything to me, because, when you go off and you're thinking like, man, it's like you kind of killed the drive. Like, I killed the drive. So for them to come off and tell me like, hey, everything's going to be okay, we're going to be all right, that just changed my whole mindset from like feeling sorry for myself to next play, go out and attack. So I know at the end of the day, they're always going to have my back, either right or wrong.
Abram, I think it might have been your freshman year the last time you had scored. What was it like getting in the end zone this time and getting there twice?
Oh, that was an amazing feeling. It's always nice being in the end zone. There's a couple times in practice, but there's nothing like that game feel end zone.
What's the confidence level in Gary?
Oh, I think he's very confident, actually. A lot of us are confident in him, and I think that, us being confident in him builds that in him. So just him controlling the offense and, knowing where to go with the ball and knowing what to do and, kind of timing things up. I mean, he's over the top. He's full of confidence.
Gary, Abram, what about just playing at home, getting a home game, and maybe a full capacity crowd there?
Well, nothing beats, that home atmosphere. So going out there and just hearing the fans again is going to mean a lot to us.
Anything else?
Right.
Thanks, Abram.
Thanks, Abram.
Thank y'all.